It's Mike Kowall, and I'm running for Oakland County Executive, and I'm very pleased to be able to present to the AJC, some of my opinions on world events and what's happening regarding some of AJC's issues. You supplied me with some of the questions to be asked, and I'll read the question first, and then I'll answer it. Given the steep rise in anti-Semitism and racism, what will you do during your term to combat such hate and encourage bridge building between peoples of different backgrounds? Well, first and foremost, any type of racism and anti-Semitism is totally unacceptable in any civilized community, and it won't be tolerated in Oakland County. I think we've done a pretty good job of protecting churches, mosques, and synagogues here, and I applaud Sheriff Bouchard for doing that. We have had the opportunity when I was in the legislature to write bills to teach about the Holocaust and the Armenian Holocaust as well, so that these same mistakes won't happen again, and that children here in Oakland County and the state have a full understanding how evil that this type of behavior is, and it just won't be tolerated in any manner, way, or form here in Oakland County. We're recording now?
Yep.
Hi, Lauren. It's Mike Kowall, and I'm running for Oakland County Executive, and I'm very pleased to be able to present to the AJC, some of my opinions on world events and what's happening regarding some of AJC's issues. You supplied me with some of the questions to be asked, and I'll read the question first, and then I'll answer it. Given the steep rise in anti-Semitism and racism, what will you do during your term to combat such hate and encourage bridges being built between people of different backgrounds? Well, I've had the opportunity to do that over the years. I was in Israel when I was in the Senate, and we were working together with economic development in a variety of different groups, both clerical and business-wise, that we were exchanging ideas and exchanging thoughts as to how we could better get along together. We had the opportunity to bring back some Israeli companies over here to Michigan, and they've been very successful in their endeavors here in the States, and we have been doing more trade, Michigan has, with the country of Israel because of that. And I think continuing that and expanding upon it, as our Brooks's administration has encouraged to do, I think we'll be able to make some real inroads to better working relationships and understanding each other's issues. The other question, number 2, is the U.S.-Israeli relationship has become increasingly partisan over the last several years at many levels of government, including with the city and county-based governments. Do you agree with this assessment, and how do you think that trend can be reversed? Well, I think to some degree there has been a lot more difficult relations than what really is necessary. I mean, we have a very large population of Jewish people living in Oakland County, and it's they've been here for eons. I think that working through them with the Israeli government, there's a possibility that we can make some more inroads and continue that relationship. And education's a big component of that as well. I think that the kids in the schools now that they're having to study about the Holocaust and the Armenian Holocaust, that we have a better opportunity to educate them as to what happened in the past, so this won't happen into the future. As someone that lost aunts and uncles during the Holocaust in some of the concentration camps in Poland, I've always been very aware of this and made sure that my children knew what exactly happened. Number 3, politicians and the public have understandably been focused their attention toward the COVID-19 and the racial divides plaguing our country. Therefore, other issues such as immigration crisis that have been decreasing in the public eye. How can we ensure that during this difficult time immigrants to this country, especially those imprisoned at the southern border, are not forgotten. Well, one of the byproducts of the COVID-19 is there's been very few people coming across the southern borders. I don't know as to how many people are still being detained. I would like to see that corrected and made better here in the very near future, being that there's not a lot of people coming across. I would have hoped that the timelines would have decreased as far as getting their proper paperwork and documentation and decide what we're going to do with these individuals. So it's going to be it's our responsibility as local officials to stay on our federal officials to make sure that this actually takes place. So I'll look forward to working with that into the future. A little sidebar on that, my sister lives in Toronto and she can't come here and I can't go there, so I kind of understand what's happening from a family level. Number 4, what is your number 1 priority while you were in office? I think the number 4 is a very unique question in that we have to have understanding among people, and here especially in Oakland County, because we have the southern end, which is a little bit different than the northern end of the county, and we need to have more cooperation and understanding as to what the needs are for those those particular communities. We also need to really look extremely hard at our education process. We know that ideally, if your children go and get a 4-year degree, that they come out of those schools with the ability to make a very good living. There's other people that are just not geared for a 4-year degree. I think that really focusing on skilled trades throughout our county, we could become one of the best skilled trade training centers in the United States if we put our mind to it. And being that I came out of a skilled trade background, I have a vested interest in that, and I will do everything under my power to make that one of the best in the country. Thank you very much for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you sometime in the future without having to wear a mask. But in the meantime, God bless all of you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Bye now.